Bitcoin's perfect storm, Liberation Day meets opportunity. Hi everyone, and if you're new here, my name is Gabby Trades and I do live technical analysis on crypto and equities. If that sounds good to you, please like and subscribe. Now, you guys, it's Liberation Day, it's Liberation Day, but is it just a noise? Hi Sugar Cookie, hi Kun, hi everyone. You guys, it feels like it's the start of something that could actually have a very long-lasting impact in Q2 for crypto and the traditional markets. Now, President Trump is calling that whole thing a Liberation Day, and he is actually announcing it in Washington at 4 p.m. Eastern Time in the Rose Gardens. Now, he's expected to announce the tariffs in response to other countries imposing higher trade barriers on the US than the US imposes on them. Now, the White House has declined to get out ahead with any information ahead of the afternoon event. They're not giving any specifics, so we have to be watching at 4 p.m. to learn about how far-reaching these tariffs will actually be. Today, we should be trading with caution. I already got wrecked on one scalp short just before New York open, and just price flew like crazy. So yeah, that's it. It's live. I think that's actually the first losing trade I've had in like 2 weeks. So it actually hurts. Hence, I was like 1 minute late for the stream today. But you guys, anyway, we need to see the charts and see what we're gonna do today. But again, before we get started, actually, don't forget that we have our internal trading competition that we will run in my small community for a price of $200. Now, we have quite a few signups now, and if you're interested in participating, please drop me a DM in one of my social media accounts. You can find the link for these in the description box of this video. What else? Yes, we have also the biggest discount I've done so far on my indicators. For that, you can find the link and the discount code in the live chat or in the comments below after we finish this live. So let's see who's here first. And Hodl Trader 80. Okay, we have few people today in. Not too bad, not too bad. Sugar Cookie, my personal assistant. How is the music? Is it loud? Is it not too loud? All right, let's have a look. Screen share. Did someone say it? Yes, code glitch. I got lucky, 68% in profit with a 40x BTC long at Asia, 50% retest this morning. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it was actually a very, you know, for me, it was like, I should have closed the trade before New York open. I would have normally done that, to be fair. But yeah, because I'm preparing the stream and it's all like happening at the same time, it's very difficult for me to cope with all this stuff at the same time. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm still like kind of getting used to trading and then preparing the streams for you guys, and then, you know, posting everything on Discord. It's a lot of work, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, okay, good. All right, so today I was prepared to take another win, but yeah, that's not the case. So let's see what the current situation is, and let's first evaluate how this morning went. All right, let's do that. Maybe we should go on a 1 hour time frame. So basically what I was looking at was this leg here. Oops, we don't want to move that. Was this price action here that occurred yesterday within New York trading hours. And then if we have a look here at the market sessions. So this was yesterday US move. And then it finished around an area of interest to me, right? 85,295.1. It's an area of resistance. So I was observing this, and then I noticed that in the dead gap zone, we wicked. And then during Asia, we had dropped down. So now we've developed the Asia high and Asia low over here. London opens, takes the low, and then proceeds to take the high. Now, once that happened and I saw that London didn't create another high, I also found out that there is liquidity on the 15-minute time frame, which is usually a very good liquidity to trade, which was sitting down here. It's still there, right? We're talking about this liquidity here. Now, yes, and HODL, to be honest, you know what? Like, I was thinking to change the stream times, but then what time am I going to change them to? Like, I don't want to be streaming when Banter is streaming, because then everyone is going to be watching Banter. You know what I mean? Like, it's just... So I have to kind of adjust my times to like other streamers, and you know, I also want to trade live with you guys. So it's kind of, you know, it's hard, but we'll find our way around it. So anyway, this was the liquidity that I wanted to aim for. And in a normal day, I would have closed the position or put my stop loss to break even at the very minimum, because I don't like taking losses. I mean, you know, for a trade like this, it wasn't worth it, to be honest. But I thought, you know what, there is also liquidity on the 1 minute, so maybe I will let it run. So it was up here, and I was like, okay, I'm aware that we have this liquidity up here on the 1 minute. I announced that also on Discord. So I was like, it's possible that price could go up. But then, you know, I was thinking that this is going to be it, and that's going to still be a nice short. But yeah, whatever. Anytime you trade, you should be pretty much closing your scalps before New York Open, to be fair. So anyway, so from here on, this is what happened with, yes, guys, like the video. This is what happened this morning, right? We took Asia high, and then we proceeded to reject from the support here, and then we started dropping down. So by that time, we were already in short. We found a confirmation for that on the 3 minutes. Then subsequent confirmation came on the 1 minute. So I was like, okay, let's see how that goes. It was going quite nicely. I think we were like, I was 22% in profit down here, and then New York came, and this happened. So now this doesn't invalidate right, the liquidity is going to be there. Now I'm seeing a serious reaction of an area that I don't want to see a reaction from. So this for me again is going to be some sort of manipulation, because if we go on a higher time frame, we know that the leg that we're trading right now, I'm going to draw it because probably it's going to be hard for you to see, is this one, right? Sorry guys, this is the confirmed leg. This is the low, this is the high. Okay, so we rejected from the 0.5, and we knew that that was very, very bullish. More to that, we took the previous week's low. So usually when that happens, previous week's high is the next target. And overall, we know that we're bullish, right? For many reasons. We spoke it. We're gonna discuss it again, so everyone is up to speed. But yeah, this is what usually happens. And right now, also on top of everything, we were bearish, right? We were bearish according to the 4-hour strategy. We swept a high, and then we closed with a bearish candle. So essentially this low down here, right, this low down here was the target this morning. But as we started trading, we also developed this fractal high. And I've told you guys before, when we use the 4-hour strategy, we don't want to be developing any fractal highs. So we've developed this fractal high. That was already a red signal, but I was like, okay, at least I want to take this liquidity on the 15-minute. And then guess what happened? The liquidity on the 15-minute also became a fractal on the 4-hour. So all this is just not good news for us. That could mean that we can find ourselves in a range right here before the news come out. Now, another thing that I'm looking at is also a zone of interest that I have here just a little bit above this level. that could be also a good area for looking for shorts, which is around here. But this is all scalp. Now we're talking at 86,311. Task Pinball, you're never late. You guys like the video, don't forget to like, because we want to push the algo, we want to grow the channel. We're growing actually very fast, which is good. And I said to you guys and to my community, my growth is your growth as well, because by me growing, then that means that I can provide you guys with a lot more cool stuff. So yeah, this is another area we're looking at, 86,283. So this could be actually a potential area for short that I'm looking at, but it's going to be, again, a scalp, right? And it's going to be a very, very short scalp. Hopefully, this time we could catch that liquidity down here. And over here, just below that level, we actually have daily inverted fair value gap, which we could use to enter long. But again, it's a very tricky area because you never know. Price might want to go down and retest the 0.5 level of this price leg. And like we spoke before, the price leg is very, very strong, right? The price leg is very, very strong. Here, rejecting from the 0.5 means we're going to see another high. So all these are long signals. Now, we want to be participating in a short-term trade when these things happen. If you're not long at the bottom, right? If you're not long at the bottom down here or here, right? You need to be scalping right now, because at least I'm doing that. Because for me, there is no point, as I know that price is going to surprise us eventually in a bad way, right? And the zones for that are, like we said, we're looking for a potential reversal just above the 0.786, just here, because this is a massive sell zone that we could slightly reject from, right? We could pull back a little bit, and then but still, however, we're looking for a higher continuation, because I want to see the previous week high taken. And once the previous week high is taken, there is another resistance just above that at 89,100, right? Which is also going to be a level that we're going to fight hard. So these are all scalp opportunities, because ultimately we know that we've taken the liquidity on the 4-hour down here. So now the aim is to go and take the liquidity at $95,000 for Bitcoin. So all in all, if that happens, I'm still happy. And then I'm going to look for shorts up here at the 95K. And the reason why I'm still looking for shorts in a bull market is because we're overall still bearish on a higher time frame. We just need to put that in our heads and like be okay with it, because it is what it is. NASDAQ is bearish. Everything is bearish, right? So we need to be following the traditional markets to make sense of that. Now, looking at NASDAQ, we have still a lower target on NASDAQ. Now, look, this level at 19,299 is a level of support, right? Level of support that we've traded once, we've traded twice, we came 3 times, 4 times, right? Are we going to come a 5th time into that level? Possibly, right? And then when these things start happening, what you tend to see is that you lose that level. And then on a higher time frame, we know that we have daily liquidity down here. So we know that potentially price is going to flush. We are absolutely prepared for that. However, right, we also have a double liquidity on NASDAQ up here. So it could be a case of price just holding here. Like, this would be a crazy scenario if this happens, but price holding down here and then starting to break levels and then come up and take this high. But guess what? Once this happens, we need to be very, very careful, because this might signal a massive short from here. But I'm not very pro on this scenario, and I'll tell you why. Because first of all, we have traded too deep within the low of this double liquidity. This is trading too deep, right? We're rejecting from level of support 1 time, 2 times now on a higher time frame, right? So what could happen is that we could come up into this resistance zone at 20,000, psychological level. Not that I trade psychological levels, but obviously 20,000, right? And then we could reject from here and come and take this liquidity down here. So ladies and gentlemen, this for Bitcoin might mean a substantial drop, right? Substantial drop. Now we're looking into the 70K area. So we're prepared for that. We have our zones and everything. And if I look on ES, I'm seeing the exact same thing, right? This is S&P 500 E-mini. Same thing. It is what it is. So that's fine. However, we have our biases for Bitcoin, and we're gonna stick to those ones. We also have our zones, what to trade. We know where we are. We're going on the busy chart. You guys are used to it by now, I hope. Okay, so what else am I seeing here? I've observed that a lot of the inverted fair value gaps are holding for Bitcoin. So any formation of these we need to be aware of and looking at. So yeah, that's it pretty much. Agree. Super. Her live stream is smart enough. What? I love the easy scalps. Yes. Yeah, I love them, but when I win them, you know, not when I lose them. Okay. So on the 4-hour, we just swept a fractal high that was created in London session. So now a little bit more confirmation is going to tell us, you know, a bearish close is going to tell us, okay, we're going to range. A bullish close is going to tell us that we're probably going to go up and take these relative equal highs. And once these relative equal highs become a target for us, then we're looking for longs. And hopefully the 4-hour confirmation is going to happen before we take this liquidity on the 15-minute time frame, because once we take this liquidity on the time frame, then it's going to be quite easy for us to find a long here, so we can target these equal highs and we can target the previous weekly high liquidity. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at, as well as, you know, the resistance that we have at 89,100 above that. So yeah, essentially from here, with that sort of price information that I'm currently getting, I would like to participate in a long rather than a short. Yes, hit the like button, please. All right, what else could we look at? Also, we looked at Sol. Yes, I have a limit order for Sol down here. The reason for that is because I want to see this 4-hour liquidity taken before I attempt any longs on Solana. But yeah, Solana's been bullish, and this was the only bullish indicator, I think, today. So yeah, we want to see that liquidity here, and I want to be in a trade down here because $120 should also act as a support. So I'm happy to participate in that. But Solana has been very, very insecure lately with its movements, and also the range is quite ugly. So, you know, I prefer this range to be exited to the downside, so then I can look for longs. Whereas if this range is exited to the upside, like with a nice move to the upside, well, that potentially means that we're now continuing a little bit higher. But all of this essentially is a short squeeze, right? We're looking at a short squeeze at the moment. It's not an actual bull run in action, right? Taspinball is already giving his alt. Okay, we'll have a look at that as well in a second. Let's have a look at ETH real quick. ETH is very ugly price action, extremely ugly price action. Target is low. It's not trading well at the moment. We're currently printing a doji candle, so this might actually signal that we're gonna go down potentially a little bit more, and that would mean that we'll probably take also the liquidity on the 15-minute time frame for Bitcoin, which is down here. Okay, so if I'm looking for trades, right now. I'm not looking for any shorts at the moment. My first area of short, like I said, would be somewhere around the 86,314. And then I would also like to draw and see if we have any imbalances. And yeah, we're going to be trading in a 1 hour bearish fair value gap up here at around 86,306 with a sell zone just within it. So all this fair value gaps are actually a potential short entry zone. But yeah, until we reach them, I'm not interested in anything. And to be honest with you, ideally you would like to see a little bit more price data print during New York, because it's a bit unclear right now where price is going to go. If I close my eyes, if I close my eyes, I can tell you that for fact I want to see the previous weekly high taken, and I want price to trade higher. But so I think from now, ideally, we want to look for long entries. Okay, let's have a look at Kava. Kava on the 4 hour, nice liquidity. Still my entry zone for Kava is lower than where price is currently trading. On a daily we have nice liquidity, but I want to see price drop further down, and maybe I'll look for entries at around the 0.3054. That's, I think, the first area that I'll be interested in to enter short-term longs. Now, mind you, price is currently trading in a buy zone. This whole area is a buy zone, so this long from here could also be valid, right? But for me, I need a little bit more confirmation. Okay, so we currently swept also the 4 hour. Fractal price is holding quite well at support. But yeah, then we have to fight this over here, right? So this is an inversion here that I'm seeing right now. So price retracing up here might mean another short opportunity. So if I was long, let's say from these bottoms here, I'd be looking to exit around this area for Kava, which is 0.4195. Ordinals, didn't we look at ordinals? I'm pretty sure we looked at ordinals. Is it ordi? Should be ordi, right? Am I correct? Is that ordinals? Okay. Yes. Good. Well, this whole thing is just not looking very pretty. This is not what you want to see, right? It's definitely not something you want to see. I don't see any liquidity on a daily. Nothing is showing for the 12 hour, so our best bet will be to look at the 4 hour to find some areas, and still absolutely nothing. It's just a chart that does not look very good at the moment, right? Even the fact that we're still trading in a bullish leg, we are most probably gonna go below this level for ordinals, to be honest, Eddie, with you. So below $5.88. So you need to be looking at lower prices for this. I mean, the candles are just very, very serious. Like, this is just a daily candle from today, and we're talking like 12% down. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot. So yeah, this is not a chart that I'm happy to see at all, to be honest with you. Ordinals is not looking good. Zcash. Do we have Zcash here? Let's have a look. Start on the weekly. Not much hope. Let's move on the weekly again. Well, yeah, the thing with Zcash is that we're trading in a bearish leg. So we're seeing, you know, on a higher time frame, this is bearish. So we're seeing some reversal here. And then if we treat now this as our price leg, sorry, that's the wrong tool. If we treat this as our price leg, it's still not looking very, very nice because, you know, when you have the first bullish leg, you want to see price reject from the 0.5 to show you that the leg is really, really bullish. But when it drops down to the 0.236, that is telling you that this is not very strong. So it's probably going to do something like, you know, this. So that's not something I pretty much like to see. Are my levels actually correct for this? Because they don't look correct. Hold on one sec. Yes, they should be fine. They just look a bit messy. But yeah, if we get a drop at the 0.236, that means that probably $66, and then we're gonna see another drop from there, and then we don't know like if it's gonna drop even further than that. So yeah, can we see a nice chart please somewhere? All right, so let's just briefly discuss again what is our bias for Bitcoin on a monthly, right? On a monthly, we were expecting to close with this sort of candle for March around the levels that we closed at. We wanted a doji candle, then we wanted to see a bullish candle print in April that could potentially take this high, and then from here we want to see a sell so we can go down and take this low. So don't forget, overall, this is the bias. So when we scalp, we scalp. We can't win them all, unfortunately. But this is where we are currently. Now, you know, looking on the daily for Bitcoin, we also need to acknowledge that we're trading into a daily bearish fair value gap, right? So this is actually very important. So please take note of that, because trading in this fair value gap is going to give us essential information on whether we're going to go up to higher levels such as $87,000. So if we have a body close above this fair value gap, so if we get a body close on a daily above 85,794.86, that would mean, you guys, that now we're heading up, and by up I mean we're gonna go and take the high of the candle that has formed the bearish fair value gap, right? And in the trading of this, we also want to observe if we're going to create any more bullish fair value gaps within the candles that print here, because that would signal a potential inversion here, which could give us another entry to go long. So today is extremely important to observe how this day closes, right? Any body closes above the daily fair value gap are meaning more upside. And if price trades within the daily fair value gap, that means that we can see more downside. So anyway, we need to be prepared for both scenarios. But yeah, I think for me, probably that's it for today. I don't think if I'm gonna take another trade today, I don't think it's really worth it for me. This was the short scalp. It didn't really work. Price is rejecting now very, very clearly from around the 0.786 of the price leg. So this could signal that we might be retesting the 0.5 at the very minimum. So we need to see a break through that area, right? We need to see a break and a close above to become extremely bullish. And if we don't see that, that means that we might trade still down, take this liquidity, retest the 0.5 level, and this is going to be these are going to be our trades for the rest of the week. Just trading literally between the 0.786 and the 0.5 level, right? Sometimes no trade is your best trade. Yes, I'm good at today. It's so, you know, it's so not cool, like having like winning streak of straight 2 weeks or 3 weeks now, I don't even know, that I've taken a single loss. This is annoying, especially that it could have been avoided, but yeah. The markets will see crazy volatility today, especially 6 hours from now, as Trump will hold speech to the nation. So one thing I want to tell you about that is that my experience with trading the markets is when political figures are speaking, crypto markets tend to dump. So remember that. And wicks are thrown and volatility is high. So we're probably going to see some wickage situation. I saw Tau earlier today, Diamond Eyes, and I can tell you I didn't see anything interesting. I was looking at Tau today, but let's do it for you. Tau. Yes. So Tau has a lot of liquidity, right? Even on the 4-hour, this high up here, you know, this low down here. So I've set some alarms for myself. So I want to see when price takes that high over here, potential short for me. So I'm looking for that. Oh, sorry, that was lower time frame. So Tau is showing that it's currently bullish, but within that, we have printed this low here as a fractal, so that's not convincing to me enough anymore. But yeah, essentially, I want to see when price trades within this, if we're going to see another rejection here, that's going to be interesting to observe. Overall on the daily. Overall on the daily, yeah, so this low here was the liquidity, so I want to see if we're going to continue lower, because yeah, sometimes when you have liquidities like that, price tends to drop further down. Yeah, so you know, the good news is we're still overall in a bullish leg, right? Overall. Sorry, actually this is bearish leg, but the thing about Tau is that it's trading within its range. So it's like you have the low, then you came to the 0.786, then you're dropping below, then you know, now you're expecting to come up again. So in a best case scenario, whatever happens with this, if we break that low here, I'm not looking for Tau to anytime soon come back to 657.06. Now, if we break that low here at $165.4, I'm not looking for Tau to I'm not looking, sorry, if we break below this low, which is at 165.4, I am not looking for Tao to come back to $657 again. But if we manage to hold, right, in this area and not break this low, then we probably would have a chance to come back in a premium zone of $657 for Tao. And when that happens, I'm gonna be taking all the profits here and leaving Tao for good. Because what am I going to be expecting from here to here? I want to see another drop down. So that's why we need to be Trader Eddie. We will start the course somewhere in April. I don't know when exactly, because there is a lot of crypto events in April and I want to be very committed when we start doing that. So I'm still thinking, let us first start the trading competition on 8th of April, and then I will see how that goes, because I have another appearances to make as well in the crypto space on YouTube. So I'll be having appearance somewhere next week. You guys are gonna hear for that, so you will be there and supporting me, hopefully. But swing trades, no. I think we might be swing trading if we see the lows at around the 70s thousand Bitcoin, and then if we see Bitcoin at the 95k area, this is where I want to swing short from that area. All right, you guys, so we'll see about the course. It's going to be either in end of April, beginning of May, but not before that, because we have a lot of stuff going on until then. And I want to make sure that I'm fully available for you guys, because you're learning with me, you're trading with me every day, right? And, you know, we've been very successful for the past few weeks, but like you see, this is what happens when I'm streaming, right? It's very, very hard. Usually we have we have it much better than that. Okay, thank you so much for being here, you guys, and I will see you tomorrow for our Thursday stream, where we're going to review. Smith is asking because Tao analysis is on the 1 day. No, we don't just swing when we analyze the 1 day. We also day trade, and we look at the 1 day time frame. That's where we usually start our analysis daily, right? And then we go on the time frames lower than that, such as 4 hour, etc. Thank you so much, guys, for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow. It's my pleasure to have you here as usual. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.